Yeah, I'm decided to test myself. It's literally only been 30 seconds since the last video was finished. And all I've done since then is plug in a charger. Actually, no. Charger between my computer and my phone, been plugged in. All I had to do was lift up the laptop for a moment to let the charger begin running. That's boring, right? That's all I did. All I did was one simple boring thing between last video and this video, and it didn't take long. So that's a real test. Am I able to come up with something interesting just between then and now with nothing inspiring around me? I mentioned in the background just to demonstrate. Literally, I don't have inspiration outside of my own head, and I'm literally just spitballing this whole thing. It's like the equivalent of someone who can freestyle rap really well, except, obviously I can't rap. It's an analogy. It's the point of an analogy. Don't take it literally. But in the analogy to freestyle rapping, I'm going to try to tell you something interesting. Mushrooms. Think about a mushroom that grows in a forest and it's big enough you can see it and all the, obvious details, and you're like, yo, that mushroom's got a cap. No cap. But then there's other times there's fungi that are so small they're undetectable, and some of them are even infectious and deadly and kill you. And again, the same kind you can put on your pizza. The same kind, but they're in the same group. Okay, not group, because group has a different... They're in the same categorization. They are clumped together. There are similarities that are commonly and easily drawn between them just because of the way they're labeled. So, because a sponge is classified as an animal, people are able to identify what traits about it are consistent with the bare definition of what it means to be an animal. But at the same time, people never really compare the similarities between like a squirrel and like the number 8, because they just seem in completely different categories. One's a natural living animal and one's a abstract value. But if you forget about the labels and you... let's see if we can come up with a common label for both of them. They're both things. They're both imaginable. They both exist, either in our mind or in reality. They are understandable. They are something we can communicate in a single word. There's a lot of similarities between them. Now that I've put the similarities between them, they're kind of obvious that they're true, but would you have thought of them yourself? Would you have thought about the similarities between a squirrel and the number 8 if I didn't just make you do it? Nope. Your path for life is greatly influenced by the people around you. Some people are so good at manipulating you, they make sure to add in a little sprinkle of making sure you don't even know you're manipulated, just to flex. Because, what was going to happen if you knew you were being manipulated? Obviously, you'd do something about it, right? Well, no. They have a way of making sure you don't. Yeah, I guess that could be the plot of a short movie. God, I hope it wouldn't turn into one of those movies that was so long and drawn out with so little plot in between it. Fun fact of the year, because it's not that far into the year, but fun fact of it: Silence of the Lambs is a shit movie.